What's going on, world? It's your boy T-Man, right back at it, right back for another day of this battle rap, man. So we all know what's been going on for the last couple of years with the boy Smack, with the boy Eazy, the block captain. They been, you know what I'm saying, not seeing eye to eye and everything like that. So I'm watching Smack, you know what I'm saying, clip from Smack. I ain't get a chance to watch the whole video, busy man and all that, you know how that go. But I seen the clip. And he basically was saying that Eazy the block captain don't got integrity. He ain't willing to do no business with Eazy the block captain. Like, whatever it is that they got against Eazy the block captain, man, they not having it with him. And then Eazy the block captain, he just dropped his blog basically stating his point of view. Me personally, I'm not even gonna take no sides on this. I'm gonna just, you know, kind of walk through both scenarios. So Smack basically looking at it like, all right, man, Eazy did some foul stuff, and he ain't messing with him. Eazy basically like, I ain't do nothing foul. I pretty much wanted out my contract. He been in jail for all them years. He ain't like the contract he signed. Me personally, I look at it like he should have had the lawyer ahead of time instead of coming with the lawyer after he signed the contract. You know, before you sign contracts, you need to be sending these contracts over to lawyers, having them look over it. Your lawyer in particular, if possible. But if you ain't even got a lawyer, you could still send a contract over to a lawyer and they'll read it over for you. You know what I'm saying? You might have to give them a couple dollars or whatever, but they'll let you know whether it's a good contract or whether it's a bad contract. And at the end of the day, Eazy look at it like he didn't sign a bad contract because the boy was on fire a couple years ago. If y'all don't remember, he was on fire. So he like, man, listen, I can get X amount of dollars over here in this league, but smacking them ain't gonna let me get it because they basically like, nah, bro, you under contract. So he more so like, well, why can't, you know what I'm saying, I go get a couple dollars with this is life-changing money for me. This is the most money I done seen. He done been locked up, so he still got the, you know, that might be to his detriment. He still got the jail mind state of, oh man, you know what I'm saying, I've been locked up, I want to be free, and I'm tired of, you know, you had the warden and all that. Now Smack and Beasley, they the warden. He basically said he never got into no arguments or anything like that with Smack. His beef was mostly with Beasley and Pete. But at the end of the day, Smack is spearheading the whole thing. So even if you got beef with Beasley and P and you ain't never argued with Smack, you already know when it get back to Smack, he worried about his business. Bottom line, at the end of the day, that's all he care about. So whether he was right or wrong, I really don't want to get into all of that because, like, man, listen, I ain't got a dog in the fight, man. So I don't really care at the end of the day. I'm just looking at this from retrospect, and I'm just trying to put everything together. And I'm lightweight feeling like Eazy is making a lot of sense, man. Like, not as far as signing the contract, but as far as trying to get out of the contract, because at some point you doing yourself a disservice by staying in the contract if you ain't winning. If you ain't winning, you know what I'm saying, you put yourself in a position of where you might miss out on an opportunity that you may never get back, because Eazy stock is still high because he's a league owner, but at the same time his battle rap stock ain't as high because the platform ain't gonna never be like URL, you know what I'm saying? Now you are dealing with Remy Ma, and that's a big time major conglomerate that you dealing with, so that's big time. But at the same time, when URL is mentioned, that's where all the major people, major players, they looking for battle raps on URL. So ultimately, Eazy basically saying, you know, he's willing to, it sounds like he's willing to work with URL again in a sense. It do sound like he a little hurt by it. Like, dang, man, why y'all gonna let K-Shine come back? And K-Shine had words for them. It got deep with K-Shine. Like, he was, man, they was beefing. But he basically saying, Smack basically was saying that he'll get back, you know, he'll get K-Shine back on URL. And I think it's also got something to do with K-Shine was one of the first dudes like around, you know, when URL, after the Smack DVD, when URL was pumping, man, K-Shine was one of the dogs on there. And he helped grow the business. So ultimately, I'm thinking like he looking at it like, you know what I'm saying, K-Shine is a pillar in this business. He one of the reasons why this business is successful. So why wouldn't I want him to be a part of it? Eazy came in, and during the pandemic and whatnot, man, he was killing it for a long time. But you gotta let that man grow too, because you see what he's doing outside of it. This is just kind of like a lesson for battle rappers who's in the game, who's starting to get that fame, that success. You gotta strike while the iron hot. You gotta get yours while you can, because the lifespan of a battle rapper is not that long. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got some battle rappers that's been around for a long time, but then you got some battle rappers that's been around for a long time and been getting busy. If you got a battle rapper that's been around for a long time and getting busy, you got to protect that investment. Then you got some battle rappers that's been around for a long time. They really ain't, they lukewarm the whole time. They sticking around because they getting a few wins here and there, but it ain't nothing that's bringing the business enough money to actually move and grow the business to where it need to be. Because every business is trying to grow year over year. It ain't like you trying to be, you know, keeping it even for year over year. No, every year you want to grow as a business. That's the whole reason why you win business. Eazy the Block Captain was a newcomer that came in, helped grow Smack and them business. Let's just call it what it is. So that's why I feel like they should have some type of remorse for him, in the sense to where they let him get back in there, get some money with them. They get some money off of him, because that's all they was doing to begin with anyway. They was getting money off Eazy the Block Captain. Let's just call it what it is. They ain't want him going nowhere else, because they ain't want him under contract with them to go somewhere else and struggle. And now when he come back over to URL, everybody looking like, I remember you struggling over there in RBE, or I remember you struggling over there in Black Ice Cartel, whatever the case may be. Wherever he went, Gates of the Garden, it don't even matter. So ultimately, man, in this situation, I feel like Eazy got a valid point on why Smack, you know, is kind of like dismissing him and never trying to really mess with him no more. And he ain't even really got beef with Smack like that, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this whole Smack and Eazy the Block situation. It's been going on for years, but we at a point right now where I want to hear what everybody else thinking about this, because listen, this story, we need to lay it to bed. You know, we need to lay it to rest. Either he gonna be able to come back to URL and put on some classic battles with some of them URL battle rappers, or Smack need to not stop battle rappers from going over there to the trenches to get busy, because ultimately we want to see Eazy the Block battle some of the best. Like Charlie Clips was a good battle for him. He got beat bad, but at the same time, to me, he got beat bad. I thought it was a 30. He had his moments and he had some nice stuff. You know, just because you get 30 don't mean that you sucked. I'm gonna just keep it like that. That don't mean Eazy the Block Captain sucked. I don't feel like he got around against Clips. Clips was on one. It's your boy T-Main, man. Right back at it. Right back for another day of this Battle Rap 100.